And welcome to Omen Arena here in Jackson, Tennessee. Neutral site action for today's game as the LeMoyne-Owen Magicians come from 88 miles down from the Mid-South to take on the Lane College Dragons. And the Lane College Dragons are itching for a win today, as this is going to be probably a good one on our hands. You know, everybody stay tuned in addition for the boys game. And I'm Julian Atkins alongside with my partner, De-Jon Mitchell.
Yes, it is going to be a beautiful day, a beautiful game. My name is De-Jon Mitchell. I am from Los Angeles, California. So excited for this game today, Julian.
Yes, I think everybody is. I think the entire alumni is going to be at this game, in addition to a few others. And you know, when you look at a game like this, these two teams have something to play for, and you know, especially the Lane College Dragons, with it being senior night, and you can tell that this is going to be a wonderful atmosphere to play in Omen Arena.
Well, that's correct, Julian. It's definitely going to be a good atmosphere. Just seeing how the teams came out, warmed up, they looked focused. As you see, the Magicians clapping it up right now, going to their bench. I'm just so excited for this game, Julian. I'm looking forward to a hard-fought game. Both teams should execute well. Like you said, it is senior night. So let's look for some of these seniors to really put on a show.
Let's take a moment and hear the national anthem.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Lane College President Dr. Logan Hampton and Athletic Director Derek Earl, we welcome you to the Omen Arena for today's SIAC basketball contest, featuring the Lady Magicians from LeMoyne-Owen and the Lady Dragons of Lane College. This game is being played according to the rules of the NCAA. These rules provide for fair competition among players. Spectators can help promote good sportsmanship also by observing the rules of fair play. Each one is requested to take personal responsibility for keeping this game at a high level of sportsmanship. And now, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you would please rise. And gentlemen, please remove your hats as we honor America with our national anthem.
All right, if I were to make a guess, that was Ariana Grande. In my guess, you know, as they introduce the starting lineups first for the visiting Magicians. Cheyenne Nance is going to be out there with Ty Border. Also, Dana Geddes and Tanisha Wright and Taylor Johnson Prackett. And LeMoyne-Owen comes into this game at 14-8. The Dragons are only 5-18. The records aren't going to wow you, but the game probably should wow you. As the head coach is Anthony Party.
There's your lineup for the Magicians. And here comes the Dragons.
Now here come the Dragons. Here come the Dragons as they're continuing to introduce players. We're just about ready to get underway here at Omen Arena.
Julian, I am just so juiced.
I think almost everybody is. Johnson Prackett is going to jump it up against Mariah Hopkins. We're almost ready to get underway here at Omen Arena.
I think the referees just told the cheerleaders to get back.
Control the game, not the fans.
Referees have been calling the game a little close last couple of games.
You're right, they have. Underway here at Omen Arena, and it's Nance across the timeline. Gives it up to Broadwater. They'll work it around the perimeter. Here's Nance again. Back to Broadwater.
They're swinging the ball early, Julian.
Into the wing, this is Geddes. Inside pass, battling for the rebound. Geddes for three, that's no good. And an offensive rebound by Nance just as the shot clock expires.
Well, it's good defensive play right there. They just couldn't get the rebound.
And here's Nance, top of the circle. Side of the wing, this is Geddes. And a little push off by Gale. And they're going to call it as Lane nearly had a turnover.
So it looked like it's as we expected, Julian. They're coming out both with some intensity offensively and defensively. But the defense is standing right now for the Dragons.
This is exactly what we expected. Fresh shot clock for the Magicians. Inside, here's Broadwater. Top. Now right wing, this is Geddes. or make that Tanisha Wright. This is Geddes inside, back outside to Wright. Wright for three. That's no good. Rebound, Antrese McCoy.
And if you look at that last defensive play right there, it looked like Lane's coming out in the zone, which is forcing the Magicians to shoot the three ball.
You're absolutely right, and it's good to see Antrese McCoy not let the one bad game she had earlier in the week down her. And a blocking foul is going to be called. They're going to call that against Wright.
And Rakara Martin will go to the free throw line, and I've been calling her name a lot lately. Let's see if she can knock down these free throws as we talk about these free throws being so important in the game.
And right on cue, a missed free throw. That's not what you need if you're either team.
No, definitely not in this nice arena, bigger arena. You know, you got to knock down the free throws.
Martin out of Macomb, Mississippi, goes 0 for 2 at the free throw line, and we're still scoreless 2 minutes in.
We could probably expect another zone here, Julian. They don't want anything to get inside.
They'll work it around the perimeter. Here's Nance. Inside, this is Johnson Prackett. And spinning in and not finishing. Rebound, Ashley Gale. McCoy bringing it up. Working it out. Here's Roberts. Stops, pops from the baseline. That's no good. Rebound, Geddes.
Even though she missed that shot there, Julian, I'm looking for Chloe to be very aggressive this game, as she is one of the leading scorers on this team.
Chloe Roberts corrals the rebound from Nance. Here's Mariah Hopkins on the other end and gets the friendly bounce.
Well, Julian, that's the senior. We was just talking about senior play.
I think that was senior night effort. In the right wing, this is Geddes. Skip pass, Nance. Inside to Johnson Prackett. Right wing. Right. Had it stolen away by Hopkins.
Great steal there. Look at the drive. Look at the attack.
And Antrese McCoy finishes on the other end.
Antrese McCoy, I like to call her the answer.
Here's Geddes. Working it up against Roberts. Here's Nance now. Back inside to Johnson Prackett. Outside Geddes for three. That's no good. Rebound, Chloe Roberts.
Again, Julian, they're giving away that three-point shot. They are forcing the Magicians to shoot the ball.
And you want to go inside like Antrese McCoy's going inside but can't finish. Ashley Gale can't finish.
Just a little bit too much on that, but I like the rebound and put up.
They found Prackett wide open inside, but Tanisha Wright finishes.
And that one right there was a transition bucket. And I think Lane doesn't want that to happen too much, which is why they're in a zone when their Magicians are setting up. Look at the steal there.
A steal on the other end. Here's Tanisha Wright. Fakes the pass but can't finish the layup. And he'll knock it out of bounds. It'll turn over to the Dragons again.
So important to get to the basket for both teams. When you get to the basket, it's make you able to get an open look from three-point or a high percentage shot.
Fresh sub for the Lady Magicians, T. Miller, the senior, the 5'9" senior out of Chicago, Illinois. Shot-town.
Another senior where we're talking about, oh, we have a steal.
Steal on the other end. Here's Geddes inside, but she's going to get fouled. Mariah Hopkins, that's her first.
And you have to like Mariah Hopkins' intensity right there, an effort to get back on defense, as that could have been an easy layup, but instead she'll send Lady Magician to the free throw line.
Dana Geddes, the 5'9" junior, also out of Chicago, Illinois, hits the first free throw.
Chi-Town is in LeMoyne-Owen.
Second free throw is good. All square 4-4 here. Here's Antrese McCoy across the timeline. Gives it up to Roberts. Roberts with all sorts of time gives it back to McCoy.
And
Atkins. Roberts, no good from behind the arc.
this time the Magicians gave Lane a little bit of taste of their own medicine.
Johnson Prackett finishes and gives the Magicians their first lead of the game.
What a pass there, Julian.
And Treese McCoy trying to find her rhythm. Pass outside Martin. That's no good from behind the arc. And we're gonna have a foul. It's gonna go with the Magicians.
Julian, Lane needs to settle down right now. That's the second three-point shot I've seen taken on their offensive possessions. Run their offense, get to the basket, and they'll create an open shot.
Trying to create the upset here at Ullman Arena. Here's Nance across the timeline. Gives it up to Geddes. Screened by Johnson Prackett looking inside. And out of bounds, it'll stay with the Magicians. And that's going to take us to our first timeout. We'll be back right after this message from WLCD.
La música de Harry Fraud.
Welcome back to the silent Ullman Arena so far. The Magicians lead the Dragons 6-4.
And you said silent, Julian. What can get this crowd amped up?
The boys' game. That's what can.
We have some good talent out here right now, man. Look at that three-point shot. The bang!
Wow.
Right there.
T. Miller knocks the three-point shot down and gives the Magicians a 5-point lead.
Just when we talked about excitement, we get it.
Working around the perimeter. Here's McCoy inside, and she can't get the friendly bounce. And it'll go out of bounds to the Magicians. So bringing it up across the timeline, this is Nance. Baseline, here's Geddes. Inside to Johnson Prackett, back out to Geddes, and she traveled.
We have been calling, the referees have been calling some traveling calls the last couple of games, Julian. They're keeping an eye out on that.
Across the timeline, this is McCoy. Here's Roberts on the outside. Martin. Skip pass to Roberts. Roberts dribbling in, splitting defenders, can't connect. Second chance opportunity is no good. Rebound goes to Nance, and she gave it right back. Here's McCoy ditching it inside to Roberts. And a battle for the rebound, a jump ball. It will stay with the Dragons.
I like that right there, Julian. First with the steal from McCoy, and did you see that bounce pass? A little showtime, a little magic.
Yeah, you're right. We do have some talent out here.
You know, it just has to come together. Lane, they can't afford to have too many drive possessions down here on their end. They need to find a way to buy a bucket.
May checks in, and Roberts turns it over. Here's Miller. Dribbling in, Miller can't finish. Rebound, Armwood.
Lazy pass there, but they're able to get it back.
Armwood almost gave it up. Here's Gale. Baseline jumper, it's good.
I like Ashley Gale, Julian. I think she's a little underrated, but I think she's strong and she has a nice stroke.
Nance, Geddes. Here's Geddes on the right wing. Dribbling inside, can't pass the ball inside as she found nothing but white shirts around the pass. Here's Antrese McCoy. Armwood, baseline, that's no good.
That's the shot you want there, though, Julian. Nice pass. She was wide open, just got to knock it down.
Nance. Here's Geddes now. Screen by Prackett. Working around the perimeter. T. Miller knocks down another three.
Is that 2 threes by Miller?
Yeah, that's the second one, and it's a 6-point lead for the Magicians.
Is she related to Reggie Miller?
Maybe she is. We don't know. Roberts. Baseline. Here's McCoy. McCoy turned it over. Here's Nance on the other end. Nance, coast to coast. She'll get fouled.
You know, that was a nice defensive play right there. She intercepted the ball like she was Richard Sherman. Goodness gracious.
Cheyenne Nance, the 5'7" junior out of Huntsville, Alabama, at the line for two. And she connects the first one.
Another missed free throw. No, I think it's just so important for teams to practice free throws, Julian. I think I'm just big on that. I will just make my team practice free throws all day.
She goes 1 of 2 from the line, but you're right. Free throws do play a big factor. The fourth team foul against the Dragons as they're down 7 points now.
And I think some of those fouls, some of them were silly fouls. Some of those fouls came for them trying to be aggressive, but just got to find a way here.
Anissa May with 8 to shoot, trying to do it herself. Here's Roberts dribbling in and has her shot rejected. On the other end, the Magicians, Miller has her shot knocked away. Here's May on the other end now. Roberts wasn't looking, but she caught the pass, and she traveled, and she'll get called for steps.
I was just getting ready. I'm still going to credit her, but McCoy, that's a nice steal by her. That's the second or third steal I've seen already by McCoy. The effort is there. They're just not able to buy a basket.
Yeah, and they had that kind of trouble earlier in the year against who was it? Miles College?
Yeah.
Against Miles College. And Antrese McCoy, normally their leading scorer, was very, very quiet that game. Johnson Prackett dribbling in and not finishing. Anissa May with the rebound.
I'm really impressed by the Magicians' ball handling skills. They handle and control the ball very well.
May from the free throw line, it's good. And that's the shot that they needed to get back in this one.
That's the shot I've been talking about. High percentage shot, not a three-point shot, a long deuce. That's what they needed.
Howard snuck in on me. Here's Wright. 40 seconds and counting. Wright gets the friendly basket.
We have
a Dragon slow to get to her feet. Anissa May, maybe a head injury.
But I was just talking about the control there from the Magicians, Julian. If you looked at how she was able to get to the paint, react to the contact, and put the ball up for and one.
Tanisha Wright connects on the three-point play. 40 seconds and counting left to go here at Omen Arena in the first quarter. The Magicians lead by 8. May. Bad pass and another steal. Here's Howard up front court. Wide open. And the Magicians get another score again. That was Lamontazia Blair.
Julian, if you see what's going on, points are just being taken advantage of off turnovers.
And another, whoa, they almost turned it over. Antrese McCoy from the top of the circle, and it's good. And that's going to bring the quarter to a close. The first quarter here, Second quarter coming up. It's 18-10. LeMoyne-Owen. We'll be right back after this.
Come on a journey with us to a world connecting you to your college. With a world that is changing at a rapid pace and is technology driven, the Mass Communication Department provides valuable news and information to the public, providing commentary, entertaining through film, radio, television. You can count on the Mass Communications Dragons to keep you on your toes and in the know of the latest activities going on campus, on all social sites. WLCD, the voice of the Dragons.
Back here at Omen Arena, the Dragons trail the Magicians 18-10. T. Miller with a couple of three-pointers. She's one of the leading scorers. And Treese McCoy with just 4 points in the first quarter. That's unlikely of her.
One of the things that I want to see this quarter is Lane continue to be aggressive down low and try to get to the basket and create those high percentage shots.
The Magicians are going to inbound. Here's Howard. Baseline wild shot was no good. Rebound goes to the Dragons. Not wasting any time was McCoy. Passes to May. Back up top to McCoy. May feeding inside to Gale. Back outside McCoy. A Euro step and almost gets the bounce, but she'll go to the free throw line for a pair.
And look what happens again, Julian, when you attack the basket. One of the things I like about a player getting to the free throw line, your teammates get the rest.
And Treese McCoy out of Jacksonville, Arkansas at the line for a pair. The first free throw is good. The physical education major.
That's a nice accolade right there. How did you get that, Julian?
Second shot, no good. Keeps it at a 7-point game. Here's Howard.
Lane is still in this game here. If they limit the turnovers.
On the other end, who else? T. Miller.
She definitely has a nice stroke.
And a bad pass on the other end. Here's Howard. Ditch inside to Miller. She almost traveled but gave it up to Martin. Here's Roberts now. Fastening the pace. Gale. Inside to Martin. It's stolen away by Howard. Howard on the other end. Howard dribbling in and knocks it off the foot of Tanisha Wright. It'll go back to the Dragons.
And I see Tanisha Wright and Miss Howard smiling at each other as she was saying, why did you throw a bounce pass there? Put it up.
I think she was trying to be a little bit too unselfish.
You know, that's a point guard for you.
You're absolutely right about that.
I really would like to see a couple of plays being designed for McCoy and Roberts. If McCoy steps out, Jade Allen is in now.
Allen working up, passes to Roberts. And a bad pass, another bad pass. It's stolen away by the Magicians.
The Magicians do a really good job of intercepting the ball. Really good at what they do.
Blair at the wing. Miller. She was hot until then. Here's Martin.
That might have been a heat check, Julian.
Tries to tiptoe the sideline. Ditches inside to Chloe Roberts, and she can't finish. But Ashley Gale finishes.
That's my girl, Ashley Gale. I'm telling you, she can play.
She's a great player. Terrific athlete. Howard all the way to the rim. Here's Hopkins across half. Here's Allen now. Jade Allen working it up against Blair. Pass goes inside. This is Gale. Pass outside to Hopkins. Ditch pass. Roberts for three and hits nothing. Here's Howard.
It looks like Chloe is having a little off game right now. She has to find her rhythm.
Ditch outside to Blair. She can't finish. Here's Jade Allen on the rebound. And Allen nearly stole it away.
And as she flipped over the wall.
As Rakira Martin draws the foul and Howard hit the deck and went over the crowd. It's a great thing she's all right.
You know what I just thought about, Julian? I'm looking how she just flipped over the wall. Do you think we were going to see a couple of that tonight in the men's game?
Maybe we could. The men's game will probably surprise you. Rakira Martin hits the first free throw attempt and chips the lead down to 9.
I mean, I'm still stuck on Howard's toughness. Goodness, she went tumbling over the wall.
And it's a great thing that she's all right. She got up quickly, got a couple of assistance from the crowd, and she's back in there. Rakira Martin goes 2 for 2 at the free throw line, and Diamond Love is going to replace her.
Julian, I like mechanics, all right? When I just seen Rakira Martin shoot those free throws, she should tell her teammates, look, we got to follow through. She followed through with that shot. She knocked it down.
A wonderful play. Here's Geddes. Side of the circle. Up top to Blair. Here's Wright now. Howard. And Diamond Love commits her first foul of the game, and that's the Dragons' first of this quarter.
I like this Howard point guard. Excuse me, everyone. I like this Howard point guard. She's Memphis, Tennessee native, and I think she's trying to put on a little show.
Here's Blair. Geddes thought about it, and she tried to fit it into Howard, but she couldn't control the handle.
McCoy is back in the game, calling the offense.
On the other end,
Ooh-wee.
Slips a defender and can't connect on the three-point shot. Hopkins can't connect. Diamond Love, third chance opportunity, can't connect. Here's Howard. Ditch pass. Here's Geddes. Up top, right for three. That's no good. Rebound Roberts.
Was that a and one mixtape move from McCoy or what? Oh, look, there it goes again. Hot sizzle.
Wow. And Treese McCoy draws the foul again.
Looking like a little junior hot sauce out there. I don't know if people remember hot sauce. You remember hot sauce? And one mixtape?
Maybe Frank's hot sauce because you can put it on everything.
I enjoy watching McCoy play. She's a good player.
She hits the first free throw attempt. A fresh sub. Geddes is going to check, or Nance is going to check back in for Howard.
I officially gave her the nickname The Answer because of the number 3.
Second shot is also good. It's a 6-point lead for the Magicians now.
6-point lead. About 5.5 to go in the second quarter.
Inside Geddes, baseline jumper, no good. Here's Hopkins. Trying to split two defenders. Love. Ditch pass, Roberts. Baseline jumper. Gets the friendly bounce. Chloe Roberts.
If Chloe Roberts finds her rhythm, I'm telling you, the Lady Dragons could be very dangerous.
Geddes on the outside. Here's Blair. And she's going to get fouled by McCoy.
I didn't like that foul call there. I think that was a pretty good defensive play, but referees are seeing otherwise.
But, hey, that's why you're not refereeing.
I am not a referee. That's why I'm sitting right here in the booth with you. Oh, look at that pass there.
Inbound. Almost had it stolen away by McCoy. Here's Nance.
If you look at the way the Magicians set up their offense, It's unbelievable, man. I'm loving to see how they play basketball. Backdoor cut.
Geddes. Bad pass stolen away by Love, and she's going to get fouled by Johnson Prackett.
And this is what the Lady Dragons need. They need more turnovers as the Magicians are doing. And when they get those turnovers, they have to create that to score in a bucket.
Well, the Dragons have rallied back and cut the lead to 4. We'll be right back.
Attention students, basketball season is about to start. Don't miss your chance to be a part of Lane College media team as we cover the games all season long.
Back here at Omen Arena, the Dragons trail the Magicians by 4. It's 23-19. And both impact players from both squads are starting to get it going a little bit.
Yeah, I think Lane is definitely starting to become alive. Just have to be a little bit more aggressive than what they're doing.
Hopkins free throw line jumper gets the friendly bounce again.
And I like that shot there from the top of the key. You gotta take those type of shots. If you're feeling it, take it.
And Mariah Hopkins was definitely feeling it. Wright's feeling it, but can't connect. Ditch outside.
That was a nice rebound there.
They'll work it around the perimeter. Here's White. Geddes. Working it around again. Here's Nance. Prackett. Skip pass to Geddes. With
Lane
6 to shoot. And a ditch to outside. Nance can't connect. Trying to beat the buzzer. Here's Hopkins. Or make that Armwood.
Gotta like that defensive stop there from Lane. As McCoy goes to the basket.
Antrese McCoy making it happen. And this is a tie ball game now.
I keep telling everyone that is the answer.
Outside. Bad pass stolen away by McCoy. And she knocked it away. That was actually Diamond Love. Ditch outside. Here's Johnson Prackett. And she finishes.
You have to be more under control there. She had a great steal. Just have to slow down a little bit. Slow down.
Here's McCoy. Love. Ditch pass. Roberts. Dribbling in. And she can't finish. And she saves it. Armwood. Back outside to Roberts. Roberts. And a baseline jumper is good. And we're tied again.
Chloe Roberts is finding her rhythm, ladies and gentlemen. She is finding her rhythm.
Nance working it up against Love. Geddes for 3, and it's good.
I mean, the way they line their three-point shots and follow through, Julian, goodness gracious.
Up top, McCoy. Here's Hopkins. Roberts. Ditch inside, but Diamond Love couldn't find the handle.
And see there, you have the Magicians in a 3-2 zone, and they're trying to stop them from getting down low, and they were able to do it, but they turned the ball over.
One thing that can hinder your chances of winning, as I say all the time, are turnovers and missed free throws. as Geddes can't connect on that attempt. Here's Martin.
Strong move to the rim, just couldn't finish. Ooh-wee.
McCoy splitting defenders but can't finish. And a foul's going to be called against the Dragons.
McCoy is a slasher, isn't she?
Yeah, she's not afraid to take it into the lane of temper.
Do we have some substitutions here?
I think we do.
There's a lot of talent on this floor, Julian. I'm loving the way this game is going. It's become a close game as we're almost approaching halftime.
Here's Shanteria Miller. Baseline, this is Kimbrough, and she stepped on the line.
They're going to call it travel there, Julian.
Yeah, she traveled. Thank you there. Here's McCoy across the timeline. Here's Gale on the wing. Roberts.
Once again, they're
Top
trying
of
to
the
get it
circle.
down low.
Inside to Gale. And speaking of going down low, there's Armwood with the rebound and a finish.
It's a really good job there by the Lady Dragons offense. They're finding their way.
52 seconds as Geddes dribbles in and tried to ditch it outside to Kimbrough, and she lost the handle. It will turn it right back over to the Dragons.
Looks like it's going to be a substitution there. Corlicia Howard to return in the game for the Magicians.
And Treese McCoy on the other end. Armwood.
What do? You shoot the three here, Julian, or do you try to drive in the lane?
I think if you're down one, you just try to drive into the lane or do stuff like, oh, wait a minute. That was a charging foul against Gale. Well, she did everything right. The defender was just outside of the little circle down low. Here's Nance. There's a 1 second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. 17 seconds until halftime. Here's Nance again. Nance spots up for a three, and it's good. Now 7 seconds to go.
Wow, I'm just amazed at that shot.
And Trace McCoy had it knocked away. Battle for the rebound, and they're not going to get a shot off, and that's going to be the halftime score. It's 31-27. We'll be right back with halftime stats.
Why are you doing all this speeding? What time you gotta be there, huh? You ain't James Bond. You ain't some GTA character. You are not on Fast and Furious, okay? This is real life, and you are a normal pedestrian. Look at a speed sign, all right? Turn off that radio. Pay attention so you don't end up killing somebody like this fool almost did to me. This message is sponsored by Lane College, the power of potential. And remember, drive carefully.
Welcome back to Omen Arena here in Jackson, Tennessee. The Lady Magicians lead the Lady Dragons 31-27. And now we're going to take a journey into the stat sheet with De-Jon Mitchell.
Yes, I'm going to start off with the top scorers for the Magicians, for the Lady Magicians. And who else other than Shanteria Miller with 9 points. 3 for 4 from the three-point line. Oh, my goodness. She was lighting them up. The team is shooting nearly around 40%. It's pretty good. And, of course, from the Lady Dragons, we have Antrice McCoy, who I like to call the answer, with 9 points, tying up with Miss Miller from the Magicians. Lane is shooting nearly about 37 to about 40% today. And they're doing a good job They just have to limit the turnovers.
Yeah, and Antrice McCoy is trying to make up for the game that she didn't really have a great game earlier in the week against Miles College. She was held to only 9 points. Only 9 points, and she's their top scorer. Well, it's a wonderful atmosphere here. It's 3 minutes, 48 seconds left until we start the game. We'll be right back with the start of the game right after this. Back here at Omen Arena. About a minute to go before we start the second half. And let's talk a little bit about the boys' game. You know, the boys' game, that game ended up bad for all of the wrong reasons last year. A brawl that was well documented and suspendful. You know, some players were obviously suspended. And, you know, that was an all-out brawl. That's the reason why we're here in Omen Arena. You know, because LeMoyne-Owen and Lane are bitter rivals, and these two teams do not like each other one bit.
And I think this year, we'll see something different. I don't think, hopefully it doesn't turn into anything, any fiasco that we do not want. I think it will just be a lot of basketball. It's going to be some hard-fought basketball, but there will be some great basketball being played. As Julian mentioned, both teams coming in not liking each other one bit, but they will respect each other as respectable opponents.
Right. You know, in a rivalry game, this is an old saying from Todd Blackledge. In a rivalry game, there is a little bit of hatred. There is animosity, but there's also respect. And last year, that was not a respectful situation. Definitely not.
And I think what could have happened, you got some players who let their emotions, get the best of them. And we see it. We see it in Division I basketball. We see it in pro basketball. Sometimes it just becomes part of the game.
Yeah, that fight damaged 2 HBCU reputations that was earned through decades or half a decade.
Definitely. But, like I said, I'm hoping for a great game. I know it's going to be a lot of fans in here piling up this arena, as this has been the most talked about game this week in classes, on campus, in the cafeteria. Everybody has been talking about this game today.
Yeah. And we're just about ready to go here at Omen Arena for the second half of the girls basketball competition.
Julian, what do you want to see done better, or what would you like to see continue in this second half?
Well, Antrice McCoy and Chloe Roberts, the two impact players, they need to step it up a little bit. Their team is down by 4. And, a 4-point lead is more than manageable.
And I think they're trying. I think they've both been trying to find their rhythm, and that's what I can see happening in the second half.
Ashley Gale is down low. Nearly knocked it away. Hopkins from the free throw line. That's no good. Over the top rebound goes to Wright. And now here's Nance controlling the show across the timeline.
Coming out a little aggressive for Lane, taking a quick shot.
Here's Geddes. Nance top of the circle. Wright gets a screen by Johnson Prackett. Tried to hit the pick and roll. 6 to shoot. Wright does just that, and she's going to misconnect.
I don't know if you've seen there, Julian, as the forward rebounded the ball, they waited on the point guard to come and get it this time. That's what you need to see more of in this half.
Gale ditches out to McCoy. Here's Hopkins now, nearly turned it over. Ditch outside to Roberts. 4 to shoot. 2 to shoot. Roberts puts up a shot that's blocked.
We're able to get inside the lane, but it's good defense there by the Lady Magicians.
Here's Nance from right. Geddes on the other end, on the other wing. Skip pass goes back to Nance. Dribbling in, back outside to Geddes, working up against Roberts, and she can't connect on the free throw line. Jay McCoy on the other end, not wasting any time. Spin move, and misconnecting on the shot. Here's Geddes.
Nice spin move to the lane there by McCoy, just couldn't finish.
And now Geddes tried a Euro step, but Wright or Johnson Prackett is there to clean that one up.
I like the way this lady is playing, Johnson Prackett. She's been doing really good on the rebounding side and some good putbacks.
And Treese McCoy across the timeline. Here's Roberts now. Screened by May. They'll give it to her and gives it up top to Roberts or McCoy, who has 4 seconds to shoot. And Roberts, and they're going to get called for a shot clock violation.
There's no sense of urgency right now for the Lady Dragons. They're taking just too much time to figure out what it is that they exactly want to do on the offensive end.
And that's going to bring us to our first timeout of the quarter. We'll be right back after this.
Timeout.
La música de Harry Fraud.
Welcome back to Omen Arena. The Magicians have extended their lead to 6.
The Magicians do lead this game by 6 points, and some of this lead is coming off of turnovers, which is what we talked about at halftime. Lane has to do a better job of limiting their turnovers.
Here's Geddes. Dribbling out. Here's Wright now. And she misfires and gets her own rebound. And a palming violation, or no, a carrying violation is going to be called against Wright.
Did we just get a carry call? I love seeing carry calls. That means the referees are really paying attention. I always felt that, Julian, I always felt that people carry all the time. I just always felt that way.
What are you trying to say? We don't have handles?
No, I just feel like everybody carries once in a while. It's okay. Look at the shot there.
Chloe Roberts can't connect on the long 2. Wide open is Geddes, and she's going to finish.
Really nice outlet look there for the easy deuce.
McCoy across the arc. Ditch out to Roberts. Here's Hopkins now. And she can't finish.
I like that move there by Hopkins. So I like the aggressiveness to get to the basket. They just have to find a way to finish.
Geddes wasted no time, and Tanisha Wright is there to clean up her miss.
I'll tell you what, if Lane doesn't score a couple of buckets and the Lady Magicians continue to do what they're doing offensively, they're going to need a timeout and a quick talk.
The Lady Magicians are on a 6-0 run here at halftime, coming out of halftime. McCoy dribbling in, throws up a wild shot, and it's not going to fall. Ashley Gale playing physical. Nance dribbling all the way coast to coast, and a blocking foul is going to be called against Hopkins.
As we hear some of the fans right now telling the referees that if they're going to make calls, call it both ways.
It's only fair, right? As Nance misfires on the first free throw attempt. Cheyenne Nance out of Huntsville, Alabama.
Tell you what, the Lady Magicians are doing a really good job of controlling this game. I feel like they've controlled this game the whole way, even when it has been close.
Second free throw is good as she goes 1 of 2. The Lady Magicians have their largest lead of the game at 11. Across the timeline, this is McCoy. Now dribbling in, this is May. Pass top of the circle, Martin. Back out to May, stole it away. Here's Geddes off the steal, and she's going to get fouled.
Once again, the Lady Magicians are going to go to the free throw line. Everything that I feel like I've been saying should happen in a game, they've been doing so far with getting the ball off turnovers, going to the rack, and getting to the free throw line. They're doing a really excellent job.
Dana Geddes hits the first free throw attempt, the 5'8 junior from Chicago, Illinois.
What Lane cannot do right now is get discouraged. They cannot be discouraged. They have to get it together, come together, and try to get back into this game.
The second free throw is not going to count because of a lane violation. The Dragons will have it on offense. About half minutes in here in the third quarter. The Dragons trail by 12. Rakira Martin trying to cut into the lead, can't do it. Here's Nance not wasting any time. And they're going to say Tanisha Wright traveled.
That was the right call. Move that pivot foot and walked. Well, here you go. You get the turnover. You're down 12, Julian. And it's still in your hands. As it is only the third quarter. A lot of time left to be played. A lot of game to be left to be played, excuse me.
Here's McCoy. Inside May. And she finishes and cuts the lead to 10, and that's exactly what they needed.
They need a couple of more plays like that, attacking the basket and finishing.
Here's Geddes. Screened by Johnson Prackett. She'll give it up to Wright. Wright dribbling in, can't connect on the shot attempt. Rebound goes to May. Anissa May pushing it up front court, coast to coast, and she'll get fouled.
Like I just said, Julian, a couple more plays with driving to the basket, and look what happens.
Johnson Prackett commits the foul, and we're going to commit our second media timeout of this half. We'll be right back after this one.
Attention students, basketball season is about to start. Don't miss your chance to be a part of the Lane College media team as we cover the games all season long.
Back here at Ullman Arena, The Dragons are at the free throw line. They're down 10, and every point counts.
Every point does count there, Julian. You have a really good point. I think at this point of the game, yes, we do have a whole another quarter to play, but I think you want to start making a run here and get this game closer for the start of the fourth quarter.
Anissa May from Jackson, Mississippi at the free throw line for the Dragons.
Let's see if she can knock both of them down.
She can't knock the first one down.
And it's so important to make these right now. It's such a critical point of the game.
Second shot, no good as well. Geddes on the other end, not wasting any time. She'll slow things down a little bit. On the right wing. Bounce passing in and can't finish. Here's McCoy. May. Martin. And May stepped on the line.
I wonder what the coaches from Lane is telling her players at the timeouts.
So on the other end, Miller. Inside pass. That's no good, but that was Broadwater finishing for the Lady Magicians.
And they're just getting anything that they want to right now, Julian. Anything that they want, they're getting.
May can't connect on the free throw line. Jumper rebound, Antrese McCoy. McCoy almost had it stolen away. She tried to give it up to Martin. Inside pass to Gale. Using her big man moves, but she can't finish, and a foul is going to be called against her.
Lane has to find a way to pull it together right now, or this game could turn into a blowout, Julia.
It's not a blowout yet, but it's on the brink.
The tempo must pick up right now. As the Lady Magicians, they're taking their time. They're comfortable with their lead right now.
Outside pass, Johnson Prackett. Or make that right skip pass Howard. 8 to shoot. Howard realizes that and throws up a wild shot. And misfires. Here's McCoy.
If they want to come back, McCoy and Chloe is going to have to do something right now.
Ditch pass inside. And Anissa May almost had the finish.
Man, really good move there by Miss May. Just once again, Julian just cannot finish.
Here's Geddes. Back up top to Howard. Tanisha Wright dribbling in and can't finish. Rakira Martin. All the way, Euroing in and almost had the basket. They need to do a better job at finishing. And the rebound battle for it off the mishandled pass. And a jump ball, the possession's going to favor the Magicians.
Well, you know it's still determination and hustle out there as players are on the floor. Once again, Lane just has to find a way. If they're not finding their way right now. It looks like they haven't scored a bucket in about 2 or 3 minutes.
Howard to inbound for the Lady Magicians. Here's Geddes. Back to Howard, and she'll get called for steps.
That's one thing that has went wrong for the Lady Magicians today is the travelings and the carries. And they've turned the ball over that way. The Lady Dragons have literally given the ball to the Lady Magicians today.
Rakira Martin. Allen to Roberts. Allen, free throw line jumper, can't connect. And an on the floor foul going to be called against the Magicians.
I think the tempo still has to pick up for the Lady Dragons right now. They are definitely running out of time. It has to pick up.
Here's Allen up on the top of the circle. Martin. Diamond Love. Inside, can't finish. Battling for the rebound. And they're going to say the Lady Magicians stepped out of bounds.
She tried to get away with one there. She was laughing at herself. Like she almost wanted to throw the ball off of a Lady Dragon to retain possession.
Courtney Banks is going to check back in for the Dragons, for the Magicians. Roberts for a long two, and she can't finish. And she almost got her own rebound, and it'll go out of bounds. It'll stay with the Lady Magicians or the Lady Dragons.
It's interesting. I'm hearing fans asking for a foul there, but to me, I just seen two players going after the ball.
Martin. Inside to Diamond Love. And once again, the Lane College Dragons cannot finish.
And we're almost approaching about, well, actually we have approached almost about 4 minutes, Julian, since Lane they have not scored a basket.
They've actually scored one basket in the third quarter.
Wow.
Banks inside, and she can't finish. Rebound, Johnson Trackett. Back to Banks, and she misfires again. Rakira Martin. She can't finish. On the other end, T. Miller. And coast to coast, Dana Geddes.
And the Lady Magicians are trying to pull away right now. Not in the fourth. They're trying to do it right now, Julian.
Pass goes inside to Armwood. Here's Love on the outside. Pulling up, and she can't finish either. Magician's ball as the ball goes out of bounds. Here's Geddes. And she can't connect on the half-court shot. That's going to bring us to the fourth quarter. This is the money quarter. We'll be right back after this.
Come on a journey with us to a world connecting you to your college. With a world that is changing at a rapid pace and is technology driven, the Mass Communication Department provides valuable news and information to the public, providing commentary, entertaining through film, radio, television. You can count on the Mass Communications Dragons to keep you on your toes and in the know of the latest activities going on campus on all social sites. WLCD, the voice of the Dragons.
Back here at Ullman Arena, the Dragons trail the Magicians 14 points. The Lady Magicians scored 12 points in the second and the third quarter. The Dragons have only scored one basket in the third quarter. It's 43-29.
Julian, I don't know what it is. I'm looking at everybody, and I think they're getting ready for the men's game. I know a lot of people are really ready to see this next game that is coming up here in Ullman Arena.
The Magicians will inbound right in front of us. And now the referees are going to talk about where the arrow should be pointing to, and they're going to say it's the Dragons basketball. They're still discussing. It is going to be Dragon basketball.
Took them a while to figure that out there. I was even trying to figure it out, Julian.
Here's Allen in the money quarter. 10 minutes left. Love. Skip pass, Roberts. Here's Allen now. Inside Armwood. And a charging foul is going to be called against Mariah Hopkins.
That's the second charging call I've seen today on Lane. You think the Lady Magicians practice that? Julian, do you think the Lady Magicians practice those offensive fouls?
I think they have, and I believe that's going to be the 5th foul against Mariah Hopkins, and she's going to take a seat. We won't see her for the rest of the game, and as it goes out of bounds, Howard could not handle the ricochet. Here's McCoy. Roberts dribbling in. Roberts hitting nothing. Here's Howard. Ditch inside. And Brackett can't finish.
She had a nice look there at the basket, just could not finish.
McCoy trying to get something going, and she can't. Ashley Gale gets the rebound as Wright hit the deck hard.
Fans asking for where are the fouls. Some fans saying what foul. You can tell what kind of rivalry game it's going to be today.
And it'll go out of bounds. Last touch by Love. It'll turn over to the Magicians. .8:41 left to go in the 4th quarter. Here's Nance. Diamond Love steals it away, and she turned it right back over to the Magicians.
Oh, me, oh, my. This game is getting physical in this 4th quarter. I'm talking about bodies hitting the floor.
Wow. Well, this is the money quarter, and everyone knows that the money quarter counts. It's not about what you do in the 1st quarter, the 2nd quarter, 3rd quarter, but it really matters what you do in the 4th quarter.
Look at the body control there from Miss Brackett. I mean, she went to the lane there like Kyrie Irving.
Ty Broadwater draws the on-the-floor foul. It'll be the first team foul of the 4th quarter for the Dragons. Howard to inbound to right. Back to Howard. Baseline jumper, that's no good. Battling for the rebound and traveling is called on the play. It's going to go against Broadwater.
Another traveling call. They're saying time after time. There was a lot of traveling calls being called on the Magicians.
Here's Love. Diamond Love on the wing. Gives it inside to Gale. Ditch outside Roberts. And she traveled, thought about taking a 3.
You have to put the ball on the floor. You have to put the ball on the floor. May have seen the lane and got a little excited there.
Here's Howard. Geddes, or rather Miller. Here's Howard now. Out top to Broadwater, spotting up for 3 and almost got the bank in. Here's McCoy going on the other end. McCoy dribbling. And she can't finish.
And she's upset because she felt like she needed a foul call there.
Shantaria Miller on the other end finishes. 16-point lead for the Magicians, and I think the Dragons are just out of sync in the second half.
And they're looking a little discouraged and a little down right now, and they have to talk it over. Somebody has to put a good spirit into the team.
Julian Atkins alongside De-Jon Mitchell. We're gonna stay here. You know, it's been an interesting game so far, and the boys basketball.
La música de Harry Fraud.
Back here at Ullman Arena, as I was saying, the boys' basketball game is going to be a little bit more intense and a little bit more electrifying, and a wonderful atmosphere to play in.
Definitely going to be electrifying. I'm looking at the height. Julian, did you say you seen a couple of 7-footers on the Magicians team?
3 of them, actually.
3 of them. 3 Goliaths. But you can expect Lane to come out. There's a guy by the name of Kendarius Ash.
Yeah, I expect a great one. Inside to Armwood. Outside to Roberts. And there's the 3 that they've been waiting for from Chloe Roberts.
And they finally got a bucket.
Cuts the lead to 16. 7 minutes left to play in the fourth quarter.
13 lead, Julian, 13.
Miller. Dribbling inside is Tanisha Wright, and she traveled.
Another traveling call there, or the Lady Magicians. That's been their only downfall pretty much this game, is the traveling and the carry calls.
You're absolutely right about that. As McCoy and Love were not on the same page. On the other end, a hard foul by Ashley Gale.
And it's a good thing that they have that padding there as she went sliding head first.
So here's the Magicians inbounding. They almost stole it away. Here's Nance with a fresh shot clock.
Do you think the Lady Magicians are going to remain active and aggressive, or do you think they're going to just kind of control the clock?
I don't know what they're going to do. As McCoy steals it away from Nance. Here's McCoy. Ditch on the outside. Roberts. Another three-point shot by Chloe Roberts.
Chloe Roberts, once again, she may be the spirit. She may be the lift that we were just talking about that Lane needs right now.
And out of bounds, it'll stay with the Magicians.
It's a really good looking stroke. I wish we can get another look at that.
Actually, we're going to have a foul call. It'll be the third team foul of the quarter for the Dragons.
And Julian, they're only down 10 now. They're only down 10 points.
And T. Miller says right back at you.
I believe that's T. Miller. I believe that's her 4th three-pointer of the game, correct?
4 3-pointers for Shanteria Miller.
I was watching it last night on Sports Center. Do you know that Kyle Corver hit 4 or 5 3-pointers in a row?
Here's T. Miller on the other end and gets another point. 5 in a row for Miller.
And that gives them 50 points in the game.
Yeah, half of 100. Chloe Roberts, and that's her 8th point in the next 2 minutes. The last 2 minutes.
Chloe Roberts has definitely taken over for Lane with scoring, as she's the only one who's over to give over that slump.
Here's Miller again. Dribbling in, has it knocked away by Armwood. And it'll stay with the Magicians as it goes out of bounds. Here's Geddes on the inside with 9 to shoot. Trying to get past Love, and she does, and scoops and scores.
Really good ball handling, a really good body control there, and just nice move to the lane. I tell you, I'm really impressed today by these Lady Magicians.
Here's Armwood. Pass goes inside to Love, and she'll get fouled by Tanisha Wright.
Can Lane come back?
Diamond Love for the Dragons at the line, and she connects on the first free throw attempt.
If Lane can come back, it would definitely be a dramatic finish.
Very dramatic. Second shot is no good. She goes 1 of 2 from the line. Nance. Ditch inside to Miller. And a bad pass stolen away by Antrese McCoy. Here come the Dragons. McCoy lays it up and in.
A lot of life being brought into the building right now as Lane is running.
I think the Magicians' intent is to run out some clock. Geddes inside to Broadwater.
Really good way of creating an open lane and an open shot there for the big.
Here's McCoy. Ditch pass outside to Roberts. Love along 2. That's no good. Rebound Nance. 3 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter.
Good steal.
And Nance had it stolen away. Here's McCoy coast to coast and lays it up and in.
McCoy is not letting up. The team cannot let up either. It's so much time left in this game.
And T. Miller on the other end left wide open and an easy finish.
What's happening in Lane isn't getting all the way back. They're stopping at the man half court. They have to get all the way back, as that's about the third time somebody's been slipping behind them.
In the corner, Roberts. Can't connect. That would have been her third three-pointer. And they're going to say that Miller traveled.
And I think what's happening there is when Magicians are getting the rebound, as soon as they get the rebound, not putting the ball down on the floor, they get the rebound, turn around, and start running.
2 minutes and 25 seconds left to go in the game. 14-point lead for the Dragons. For the Magicians. And another steal. Here's Geddes up front court, working it up against McCoy. And McCoy's going to foul her.
So amazing. But I wish I can just know the number of passes that have been stolen and deflected this game. They've done a really good job of just stealing the ball, taking it right from Lane.
They'll give Antrese McCoy 2 fouls as Geddes goes to the free throw line and hits the first free throw attempt.
Lady Magicians bench, nice and amped. Fans are still piling in, getting ready for the next game.
Second free throw attempt is good. Extends the lead to 16. Again.
2 minutes remaining in this game.
Outside, Rakira Martin can't connect, gets her own rebound and lays it up but can't connect again. Misfires again. Here's Geddes up front court. Across half court. And Tanisha Wright finishes on the other end for the Magicians.
You can't be mad at what the Lady Magicians are bringing to us today. They've been able to finish at the rack all game.
Dana Geddes is going to commit the blocking foul for the Magicians. It'll stay with the Dragons. .144 left to go in this one. They're going to say Ashley Gale was going to get fouled. She'll go to the free throw line for a pair.
So 1 minute and 41 seconds to go in the game. Julian, do you think there is a slight shot or slight chance of a comeback?
I honestly don't know what to expect. Yeah, I always expect the unexpected as Ashley Gale hits the first free throw attempt. Second shot, good. The Magicians in trouble here. They better inbound it. They'll inbound it to Geddes. Here's Nance.
Yeah,
Back
looks
to
like,
Geddes.
looks like the Lady Magicians are just going to wind out the clock right now and secure their victory as they are leading by 16.
Geddes bounce pass inside and an easy finish by Tanisha Wright again.
They've played so well together with their ability to pass the ball, and it's like they get skinny in the paint, and they're able to put up good shots, good easy layups.
Love can't connect. Rebound, Chloe Roberts. Second chance opportunity. Wild shot thrown up is no good.
And
Only a 13-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock.
And the clock is winding. As Lane
Nance threw it to nobody.
will get the ball.
McCoy tried to take advantage of LeMoyne-Owen not focusing on defense, and she lays it in.
I like the way McCoy finished with a fight. She's fought hard in this fourth quarter.
A timeout's going to be called by LeMoyne-Owen.
This timeout could just be to tell the team to settle down. And I'm so excited for the next game as fans are starting to pile in. I see the men's getting ready to come out and warm up right immediately after this game. And I expect to see a closer one than the game that's on right now.
This is senior night. The Magicians have the lead and the ball. They're going to have their 15th win of the season, and Lane College will fall to 5-19.
They've fought really hard. Really like the fight from the Lady Dragons.
An emotional way to end the last home game for the Lane College seniors.
And you know what? They have a lot to be proud of. They have a lot of young talent. They have a lot of young ladies who will be back. And who
Like Antrice McCoy.
Like Antrice McCoy.
2-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock as Love knocked it out of bounds.
She came crashing into our table. You know, and I had my own shoot around. I almost knocked over this table earlier, Julian.
Here's Howard inside. A blocking foul is going to be called on the floor on Ashley Gale.
Oh, man, they need to knock it off. They're still, you see the passes that they're still able to make, and they're still putting the ball up. It's unbelievable. They've done a good job with that today.
And I believe that's going to be the 5th foul committed against Gale. That is her 5th foul. Howard at the line for the Magician. She hits nothing.
Airball at the first free throw. You know the crowd gave her the chant there. I'm pretty sure she doesn't mind because they're going to walk away with a victory.
May checks in for the Dragons, and Howard goes 0 for 2. Here's McCoy. With 4 seconds to go, takes a deep three-point shot and misfires, and that's going to be the end of the game as the Dragons fought hard but couldn't quite come up with the victory. The final score is 62 to 46. We'll be right back with stats and commentary for the boys game.